Good morning, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore's 10 a.m. pre-service meditation. My name is Sue Monahan, and I'm the practitioner for the day. I invite you to find a comfortable place and space for this meditation, for our time together. This is sacred time, sacred space, all for you. Close your eyes or lower your gaze. Closing our eyes keeps out the visual distractions. Feel yourself seated firmly, sitting up tall. Allow your breath to ground you. Open your chest and open yourself to a sense of pride. You are in a sacred place and you are safe. With your inhale, envision that you can soften everything within yourself with a deep level of understanding and compassion. And on the exhale, allowing any tension in the body to dissolve. Breathe in deeply. Allow your breath to go to any places holding tension. And release that tension. Let's take a few moments here. Now we can return to our regular breathing. It may not feel like it, but underneath any pain or cascade of feelings, there is a sacred place within you. This is your spirit, your soul. It is always and in all ways present. This is a steady space of love, peace, and calm. Your heart center. Place one hand on your heart center. Bow your head down, giving gratitude and thanks. Just honoring yourself. Sometimes we may feel that we're out of touch with our inner being, our soul, spirit. We may feel lost or heavy, even feeling isolated or alone. We may feel that we're not at peace or that we're not grounded. But we can know that Spirit is always with us. We can know that there is never any separation, even though sometimes we feel lost. We always have access to Spirit within. Sometimes we have to do the work to feel that connection again. Sometimes life can feel overwhelming and confusing, even heartbreaking. And when these feelings arise, we may try to hide or suppress them. We may try to ignore them or we let them control us, showing up in ways that are not life-affirming, and we often don't address them. We can feel guilt, shame, or blame around these emotions. These heavy emotions can feel like they're weighing us down, and that we have lost our way, or somehow feel that we are disconnected from our spirit, true inner self that is underneath the pain. It may feel uncomfortable, but it's time to challenge this. You are safe. You are always guided. Let us remember that life is happening for us, that God's Spirit is always for us. So nothing, no thing can be against us. Let us choose to accept this now. It may take courage, strength, and vulnerability to change our mindset around this. We may feel resistance, but we can choose clarity around this challenge. What if all of those emotions are here for a purpose? What if they are lessons to guide us? What if the pain was asking you to look at the source, to show ourselves the deepest compassion, and to love ourselves, no matter what we may be feeling? What would happen if we listened to the sadness, the fear, the grief? What if we were to love them, accept them, rather than pushing them away or denying our true feelings? Let's take a deep breath, and when you exhale, sigh it out. Inhale again. Then audibly exhale, let it go. One more time. We can allow ourselves to feel the discomfort of emotions in our body. Breathe. Where do you feel this? Is it in your chest? Your heart space? Your throat? Just notice this without judgment. There is no right or wrong answer. Just you agreeing to allow and experience where in your body you feel emotional discomfort. And imagine breathing into that area, allowing it to soften any tension or pain. You can listen to the discomfort without judgment. Breathe. Yes, you are safe. Surrender. Just allow. Now, this may feel really uncomfortable, but you can meet the discomfort with love and compassion, with an unconditional love so deep, as deep as that love that you feel for another, your child, your pet, your parent or partner. That deep, unconditional, pure love, that non-critical, loving presence that you already are. As if you were speaking to your inner child that may be experiencing pain. Say to yourself, darkness, I love you. I accept you. I'm listening to you. Sadness, I accept you. I love you. I'm listening to you. Soul, spirit, heart center, I see you. I love you. I accept you just the way you are. I feel you and I'm not leaving you. Notice anything that arises, discomfort, tears, and meet it with loving compassion. When we sit with the discomfort rather than run from it, we learn to accept it. We give it to permission to be here, meeting it with love and compassion and acceptance. By doing this, we accept our full range of emotions, not allowing the pain, fear, sadness, or grief to control us, but recognizing that they are part of the human experience, part of our amazing, wonderful journey in this life experience. Emotions do not define us. They're just stored memories or stories that can get trapped within. We may unknowingly be holding on to them when they no longer serve us. But we have to recognize these feelings in order to release them. We may not remember the story, but we can feel the emotion. Give yourself permission to release them now. When we learn to release their grip, it allows us to know our true soul, our true colors. We sit in the paradox of both and, where we can accept and embrace our full range of emotions, understanding and recognizing that even though we may be experiencing sadness, there is still joy in our lives. There is love in our lives. The spirit within us knows this love and joy, knows us as love and joy. We can choose to see the beauty in our full range of emotions that allows us to see our true soul, our true colors. And this meditation reminded me of that song, True Colors, by Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake. So please continue to breathe in and take in these words. Allow your soul to speak these lyrics to you. You with the sad eyes. Don't be discouraged. Oh, I realize it's hard to take courage. In a world full of people, you can lose sight of it all. Darkness inside you can make you feel so small. Show me a smile, then don't be unhappy. Can't remember when I last saw you laughing. This world makes you crazy, and you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up, because I will always be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful. They're beautiful, like a rainbow. Oh, like a rainbow. Oh, can't remember when I saw you laughing. Oh, this world makes you crazy, and you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up, because I will always be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. Your true colors are beautiful. You're beautiful. Like a rainbow. Oh, like a rainbow. I'm so grateful that you took this journey with me today. You are amazing and wonderful. You are worthy of love, joy, and compassion. Embrace it. Embrace yourself and surrender. Surrender to the love that is the universe, the love that is already inside of you. The love that knows and sees your true colors shining through. Let's take this into prayer in gratitude and thanks, knowing that our true colors are the true divine colors of Spirit's expression in, as, and through us. That is life expressing through us, for us, loving us, accepting us, saying yes to us as we go on this deep journey of exploring this conscious awareness, this conscious depth to our life. It may not be simple. We open up and we just allow the goodness that is Spirit to express as is, to express as our true colors, our true nature, the true bounty of our being. We are the goodness and the love that is Spirit. We are the creative power and potential of Spirit. We are the amazing, wonderful glory and delight of the divine. This feels good. We let ourselves experience this wholeness, this goodness. We open ourselves up to deeper meaning, to deeper truth. We accept and self-love ourselves. And as we do this, we are creating this resonant harmony, this joy that goes out into a world that appears to be in chaos now. And we let this go out, this peace go out, this joy go out. We let it express through us. We let it express as our lives. Just giving gratitude and thanks for this, giving gratitude and thanks for this day, giving gratitude and thanks for each and every one of us sharing this journey, giving gratitude and thanks for the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore. Giving gratitude and thanks for being here, sharing in this moment, sharing in community. It is all God expressing. It is all good. So I release and surrender into this goodness. And I trust that all is well. All is well in my world now. All is well for you now. Releasing and letting go. And so it is.
All my life, some have changed, some forever, not forever. Some have gone, and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends. I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no there with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. No, I'll often stop and think about them. I, I love you more. You I love you more. All right, so you got ahead of time, or did you hear me? Love that Amazon commercial where the three old ladies go sled riding. That's me, Jane, and Cheryl. Do you want me to sit or stand? Whatever you'd like to do. I'll sit. Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore Community. I'm your host, Robin Fahrenholt, and we are broadcasting today from my house, which I am very happy about. I would like to first of all thank Sue for that incredible meditation. Sue Monahan, you rock. And that was so heartfelt and so moving. Thank you so much. And thank you for all your years of service to the center. Thank you, Safi, for that song. Safi's like as close as we have to a house musician, so thank you very much, dear. Our producer today is the wonderful Dana Cole, and our speaker is the marvelous Reverend Kathleen Sibley. So thank you all for contributing to today's service. Did you know that every day is, or every Sunday, but actually every day, you can ask a friend to join the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore. Make sure that you spread the love and invite a friend to service. We would love to have them hang out with you right here in my living room. It would be just fine with me. So now our wonderful Sue Monahan is going to start us with an opening prayer.
Good morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore. Let's pray. I know that there's one power, one presence, one infinite creative source. I call it God, I call it Spirit, I call it soul. I know that it is the creative power and potential that has immersed itself in everything, that has created everything out of it itself. And as I recognize this, I recognize that for all of us, that we're all created in the divine likeness and image of the One. And it is good. We are the goodness that is God expressing. We are the expansion of the cosmos. We are the way that Spirit expands in this universe. So I give gratitude and thanks for that. I give gratitude and thanks for this day. I give gratitude and thanks for this place and space, for our speaker, Reverend Masando, for our musician, Safi, for our host, Dana, and producer, Dana. I'm so grateful for everything that goes on to bring this service together for all of us to come together, knowing that the highest and best is unfolding for each and every one of us in our lives now and for in the center's life too.
Thank you so much, Sue. Thank you for preparing us for the rest of the service and for opening our service with such a beautiful prayer. If you would like to know about news and events about the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore, please visit our website at cslgreaterbaltimore.org/events. There's all kinds of stuff on there. Are we doing the world's religions today?
No, because it's not the first
I
Sunday.
didn't think so, but prayer does work. I just thought about that. I don't know why I had that in mind. But prayer works. We are a community that continues to treat and move our feet. We pray and we act. Because prayer without action is just prayer. Okay? So, if you would like a prayer request, go onto our website, CSL Greater Baltimore, and one of our practitioners will contact you and pray with you. And it is powerful. And now, the wonderful Safi will share another musical selection with us. Bring it on, Safi. Oops, let's move. Oh, you're good. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Some of this year are flooding in and turning tides. Oceans rise, rivers flow through the sands of time. Come back to your soul. Hearts will feel the love, helping us realign. We'll realize there's room for all when our hearts become our minds. Come back to your soul. Now is the time to share, time to care, to open up our hearts, open up our eyes and see. Blessings of this year are flooding in and turning tide. Oceans rise, rivers flow through the sands of time. Come back to your soul. Gentle with yourself, loving and caring and kind, gentle with each other. just fine. To your soul. Are flooding it at turning time.
On the script, wait.
Oh yeah, so
That's all right. Thank you very much, Sophie. Your voice is just like, oh, it's just like velvet. It's so
Yeah.
so smooth and soft. I think it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Sue is going to lead us now in a spiritual practice that will allow us to prepare ourselves for Reverend Kathleen's message. So please participate in that and then prepare yourself for Reverend Kathleen to enlighten us today.
So I'm grateful to be able to share this with you as our spiritual practice. This comes from the Science of Mind magazine, this issue this month, and it's written by Reverend Dr. Andrea Earl, who is the founding spiritual leader of Heart and Soul Center of Light in Oakland, California. And it's called Divine Paradox. There's a perfect shot out there trying to find each and every one of us. What we got to do is get ourselves out of its way. Let it choose us. Will Smith as Bagger Vance. She says, this is one of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite movies, The Legend of Bagger Vance. Will Smith plays the title role of a charismatic spiritual guide and the soul of the film. The film is about grace, redemption, and the opportunity and willingness to make a fresh start. It employs golf as a metaphor for how we play the game of life and centers around a golfer's struggle to overcome hardship and his inner demons. Matt Damon plays the golfer. Like me, he must learn to let go of the burdens of the past and future and center his focus on the present moment and journey. His mystical caddy, Bagger Vance, aids him in regaining his confidence and standing during a major competition. The goal: eliminate struggle, get back in the swing, and win. He coaches the golfer to be in harmony with his golf clubs, and this simultaneously supports him in harmonizing with his life. In this way, he regains his authentic swing. It is paradoxical. The paradox lies in concurrently engaging surrender and self-mastery. This is my challenge. The golfer is torn between his desire to control the efficacy of his swing and adhering to Vance's guidance to surrender to the flow of the game. The golfer's frustration depicted in the film is also mine in life, balancing two seemingly opposing forces, surrender and action. The film captures the essence of the spiritual principle. It is done unto you as you believe, and reminds me that true mastery comes not from forceful control, but from balancing surrender and self-mastery. It choreographs a dance of acting and trusting the process. It also elucidates the paradoxical nature of achieving success and fulfillment in life through surrender. In time, instead of giving into the pressure of living and struggling against the divine flow of life, our golfer ultimately surrenders and allows both his golf stroke and his life to be divinely guided. This is my lesson, and I get more out of my way and into the divine flow of life with every viewing. I am so grateful for these words. I am so grateful for connecting and releasing, for knowing that Spirit is always with me and that nothing can be against me. I accept this. I am in the flow. We are in the flow. We are this action. We are this self-mastery, and we are also letting go and allowing Spirit to guide us. Spirit is saying yes to our highest and best good, and we let that unfold for us now. It feels good. It feels great. I release this into the law. I trust and surrender that the highest and best is unfolding in each and every one of our lives now. And it is good, so good. And so it is.
Thank you so much, Sue. So in this moment, what I absolutely know is that this is a sacred time, that this is a sacred community, and that we are one within that balance between surrender and activity. And so how perfect it is that Sue shared that and that Safi sang that song when what we're talking about, although we're a little early, we're talking about the solstice season. That time when the darkest night of the year in the Northern Hemisphere starts getting shorter and shorter so that there's more and more light in our lives. Now, this came out of a lot of what Europeans would call indigenous cultures or pagan cultures. And what they did was they knew that they had this huge harvest festival. And at about this time, their fresh meat and their fresh fruits and vegetables were just about running out. And what they were facing was what they called the starving times. And so they did one last big bash, grounded themselves in the truth that this was the longest night of the year, and after this it would get easier. And that carried them through the harder times when if they hadn't had the opportunity to put away enough food, they were going to all have to tighten their belts and go on a diet whether they wanted to or not. Some of them could afford that extra fat and some of them couldn't. But what they were doing was this was their moment of what we in religious science, in this faith philosophy, would call grounding themselves in the truth in spite of the circumstances, the everyday mundane belief system, the evidence of their eyes. They were choosing to look at the circumstances and then see through it. Now, in this teaching, early in his writing career, Ernest Holmes, who was the founder of this philosophy, wrote a lot about choosing to turn away from the circumstance completely. But as he got more deeply into it, and as he learned, and as he grew, because we're always growing, what he said was, don't just turn away from it. Don't do what we call spiritual bypass. You have to actually look at things and admit that they exist before you can heal them, right? So what we know is that we can look at circumstances and then choose to see beyond them to a deeper truth. Now, this particular celebration comes from an agrarian society. So these were farmers and hunters and people who lived off the land. And it's perfect to me. This is how Spirit always does it in my life. Don't ever mess with your mojo. If Spirit's supporting you in a certain way, don't mess with that. That's just, an early way of saying that was one of the first lessons I learned. We happen to be in the home of a gardener. And if there's anything I know less about than golf, it's gardening. I have proudly killed plastic plants. I have also accidentally and embarrassedly killed mint, which is actually an invasive weed. And I've done that in multiple places, so I know that that's my mojo, not just because I was living in a desert in one of them.
That's a gift.
It is a gift. Somehow. So what I would invite you to understand is that what I have learned is that there's a lot to learn about the divine in the natural laws. And some of those come out in gardening. So I always listen to my master gardener friends. I had a bunch of them back in Arizona. I have some here. And this is actually a place where gardening could work much more easily than Arizona, where you have to push the tarantulas aside to get at your plants. That might be why all my plants died. So one of the things I heard very recently is that she has been out in the sun enjoying prepping her garden. Guys, it's December. I didn't know you're supposed to garden in December. She's going to be teaching a class probably in February, so keep your eyes out for that on spiritual gardening. February? That, like, the only thing that happens to me in February is usually February 15th, which is half off chocolate day. We all know that holiday, right? You also can get some cheap roses too. Buy it from my. Thank you. So what looks like a bunch of dead land, what looks like a fallow space, a place where nothing is growing, everything looks, gray and pitiful and sad and cold and icky, is actually, it's just gone within to do the work that will allow spring to bring amazing, powerful, nurturing, filling, nutritious plants. Really healthy food. Time for all of the animals to come back out. So what we do now in Solstice as religious scientists takes the old, that which has been the old holiday, because I have yet to meet one of us who doesn't get handed, like, whether it's a teacher teaching our curriculum or a practitioner with or without a license who gets handed a project, we all tweak it. That's the first, we read through it to find out what we can tweak and change to fit us more perfectly. So whether it's Christmas or Hanukkah or New Year's or anything, Kwanzaa, we take that holiday and say we honor it, and we're going to move this over here. And we're going to change the lights of the candles. Or we're going to interpret it in a metaphysical way such that the birth of the Christ at Christmas is really about the light that is in our own lives, the light that is in our own Christ-centered consciousness, that part of us that already knows itself to be enlightened, that knows itself to be awake. So what we're doing with Solstice is we're looking at, there's a lot of circumstances out in the world right now. It's in our gardens. It's in our trees. I drove in this morning and I was, because I am a little weird and I'm good with that, enjoying the heck out of the foggy morning. Enjoying the heck out of the slight drizzle that was coming down. It was so soft. It was like being wrapped in lamb's wool, or what I imagine that would be like. I don't know that I've ever been that. A really awesome blankie, let's say it that way. So as we came in, I was just becoming aware that it's not what's going on around us that's mattering. What matters is, what is our consciousness doing with the input of the information? What is the meaning we make out of it? Whenever you see someone who has been given a sacred wound, what they have done is they take a trauma or a pain, whether it's physical or emotional or spiritual, and they make it sacred. They take that sacrifice, that which they have made sacred, and they use it for the betterment of all. So it is with each of us. And what we're going to do for Solstice this year, what we're going to do as we choose to make this our holiday. I'm trying to look at all of you at the same time.
I noticed that.
I need more eyeballs.
No, you do good.
Okay.
Looks good on the screen.
Check that. What we're going to do is make sacred any old wounds, any what looks like a dead garden in our lives. We're going to remember all of the good that has been there, and we're going to pull only the good forward and throw onto a trash pile that which no longer serves us. Compost, sorry, I was thinking of flames, but apparently not everybody is a pyromaniac like me. Why I really love Christmas is the candles. So I'm going to ask you to do an experiential thing with me today. If you were here in person, I would have given you two things, well, maybe three if I gave you a pen. One of them is a little coupon, and you, if you are watching this online, you can certainly use any piece of scratch paper you want. And a box. On the coupon, it says, "Hello, Winter. My divine gift is." And so we're going to do a quick internal piece of work. And what that is look back over the life of CSL Greater Baltimore. Look back over your own spiritual path. At this solstice, we have come to a time of ending. That which we are leaving behind in the dark is that which no longer serves. And the light we're bringing forward, which will carry us through any set of circumstances, good, bad, or indifferent. This day is a day of endings for us. This is my last talk after a year with Greater Baltimore. I certainly won't pop like a bubble, but I will be here. I will no longer be here twice a month. It was Sue Monahan's last service with us, although she promoted me from Kathleen to
Mike Masando.
Masando, sorry. Yeah. I always think, Rebecca's husband. So, Takeo's dad. So I appreciate the promotion. What we're doing is we're leaving behind some stuff that has been very sweet. Some stuff that has served us well, just like in the garden that existed last summer. There were a lot of beautiful things, right? There were a lot of really good fruits and veggies. Well, maybe veggies. There were hours and hours of joy. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just close your eyes for a moment and think about all that has been. The former ministers, all the classes you've ever taken, the lunch bunches, the words of practitioners, whether they had a license or not. Feel into the different rooms and remember what they were like. All the different spaces that this group has occupied. Remember the big crowds and the little ones. Remember your aha moments. Now bless them. To bless is to speak well of. This is an act of gratitude. We stand in awe and gratitude for that which has been. All of it. If it no longer serves a purpose, it once did. And we are grateful for everything that has been because it got us to here. Here where we can have Sunday service where about half of us are online. And so we demonstrate the one mind as the internet. That's the one mind, and all information is there. And we come together in the name of love through the power of the one mind. So even 2020 with the pandemic that felt so awful to so many people at the time, had the gift of bringing so many of us together online because that was the only way we could do it. And now it is a gift and a blessing. So even the ministers you didn't like, even the talks you didn't like, even the classes that you were like, are we done yet? I don't want to read this. It's stupid. Of course, the second time you read it a year later, it's like, wow, this is brilliant. Did anyone else have that book where like they add words? You're sure they added or changed the words because suddenly you agree with them? Suddenly they become brilliant. Shift does happen, yes. So take all of that. Take all of that and bless it. And if you can, if there is one word that could sum up the blessing you're bringing forward for yourself in 2024, that light that will carry you through whatever circumstances might try and convince you that things are hopeless, that things are all messed up, that things are, as my first minister used to say, fakakta. If you're not from New York, you might have to look it up. What is the word that describes it? Is it love? I know that for some people, divine love is a big centering pair of words. That's what we have from our co-creation process. So looking at all of those circumstances, see through it to truth. See through it to light. See through it to love. Maybe those are your words. And when you're ready, write down on the line underneath, my divine gift is, and write down your word. This is your mojo. Do not mess with your mojo. Your mojo is something that works whether you work it or not. It always just kind of happens. One of my early teachers was Jacob Glass out of, at the time, Santa Barbara and San Diego. And he talked about one guy who had a mojo for being in relationship, for finding the right partner in such a way that he never had to be alone. He found one of his partners at the funeral of his previous partner.
Oh, that's some.
That's the mojo. That's right. My mojo tends to be about abundance. No matter what happens, I might have a moment or two of, wow, I'm a little short of cash. But stuff just happens. I was trying to explain this to somebody once who had been raised by people who lived during the Depression, and she was kind of attached to that idea that she was pretty much a Depression baby. And I said, look, it doesn't matter what happens. If things are getting tight, money just shows up. It just does. Well, that wasn't her mojo, that was my mojo. Which is why, in spite of the fact that everybody knew, don't knock on Reverend Catherine's door if it's closed. She's doing a session. Somebody knocked on the door. It was somebody from the post office. They needed something signed for. It was a check for 20 grand.
Nice.
And I went, see? Neener, neener. Neener, neener translate as so it is, and amen. In my way of doing things. Our mojo, that which you're taking in to the next year, is our gift from the universe, our way of being in the world. Maybe it's wise words, maybe it's bad jokes, maybe it's incredible music, maybe it's the ability to figure out how to do stuff when everybody else is losing their head. And no matter what else is going on, whatever your divine gift is, now the box.
Oh, we can do it now?
You can open your box.
Ooh. Okay.
So when you open it, it says, this is my gift to CSL. Because I am going to choose that this overflows into to the rest of the community, which is CSL. The Centers for Spiritual Living is an international community, and I know because I'm the director of global services. I talk to the people in Kenya. I talk to the people in South Africa. I talk to the people in our Latin American communities, and I adore them all. They are wonderful, wonderful people. This is your gift from the universe. The entire universe, that which invented baby elephants and your quadriceps and the human brain and dinosaurs and spitballs. That creative power, which is all the power of atoms exploding, that is the power that is choosing to gift you with an infinite amount of this good. So believe it or not, you can actually fold this up and tuck it underneath the to from card. And this goes on your altar. This goes on your altar. Because this year, you will be experiencing an overflowing amount of your good. So mine tends to be abundance, because that's an easy one for me. And I know that most of us are willing to accept a little more income in our lives, right? I mean, most of us would have something we could do with it. There's got to be one more charity out there that we can give to, right? Well, there's so much of this coming to you this year that it is overflowing. You don't have any more space for it in your life. You can't take in so much love. At some point, you got to go to the grocery store and share that with the clerk on the other side of the thing, checkout thing. Yeah, thank you. English. So good. Not my mojo. There is going to be so much of it that it must overflow into CSL Greater Baltimore. You're going to aim it at Reverend Guida and support her and love her for this, her first year as the inheritor of all those blessings from the ministers who came before her, all the practitioners who came before her. All of that good is being now poured down from me and all my predecessors onto Reverend Guida's life, so that her life is overflowing with good, with love, with abundance. And you know what? There's so much of it in CSL Greater Baltimore, you may as well just share it with all of Baltimore. You got to put it somewhere, guys, and that's close. You're also part of an international organization. Even if it feels like, no matter where you are in the universe, it feels like you're part of a small group. You are part of thousands of people who come together in the name of love to teach this philosophy under many, many, many different names. Some of them happen to be CSL. Some of them are other versions of New Thought. Some of them are even mainstream religions. Can you believe it? I mean, I know Catholic priests and monks that teach this exact same stuff. And they're very, very good at it. I've learned so much from them. Rabbis all over the place. Buddhist monks all over the place. We are all one heart and one mind. And it is that light that we celebrate on Solstice. It is that truth. Light doesn't say, oh, well, I won't shine on you because you're not the right religion. Or I won't shine on you because you're not the right color or gender or identified as, you're identified as something that I don't understand. Make up a religion name and see if you can pull it off. I'm a Pastafarian. I say ramen.
Good one.
Only the worst jokes. And so we come together. We allow this gift to be our mojo. We don't mess with it. We just know that it's ours. We didn't need to earn it. You couldn't have earned it if you wanted to. This is the divine Santa Claus, or your favorite grandparent, or whoever loved you unconditionally, whether you knew about him or not. This is the gift of the universe to you in 2024, and it is this gift, this light that we celebrate on Solstice, that is going to get you through everything in 2024. Because you're not going to fall for these circumstances look hopeless. You're not going to fall for, I don't have anything I can do, or I don't deserve, or it's beyond me. It's the economy. No. If you find yourself in that, there's just nothing I can do, or I don't know what to do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. What do we do when we don't know what to do? We go to prayer and ask our highest self, that infinite being that we actually are. And if that doesn't work, we open up our box and remember that we actually do have an overflowing abundance of good. That is my call into being at this solstice time. This light that sustains all of us in the apparent darkness. It is what I am knowing for CSL Greater Baltimore that has allowed me to be part of this group, that has served me so faithfully this year, that has changed my life for the better. I am so grateful for all of you, for all that you are doing and for all that you have done. and for all that we get to do in the future. For those of you who are not physically present, know that you are included in that. Know that my heart goes out to you, and I'm sure if Sue were here, she would be willing to share that exact same sentiment. So I bless and celebrate all of us and all of this, and so it is. Do I get a hug?
Yes.
Yay! Thank you, sweetie.
On behalf of our beloved community, I cannot thank you enough. I can't thank you enough. So, I characterize you as our foster pastor. You know, you adopted us for a short time and helped us through and helped us grow. And I look back at the year where we were last year, and we were steeped in grief and doubt, and you are remarkable. You really are. And so you will always be a part of my life and our community. I'm looking forward to when we get our new space and we can put up photos of all the ministers and put yours right in there as the transition person. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
Leslie.
sweetie.
You're so wonderful.
All right.
Yeah, and I never thought my minister would be talking about Brahman. You're blowing me away. Here comes coffee. Oh, sorry, baby.
Stole your seat.
Okay, I'll take this one.
Oh.
Here, take a seat.
That's right.
Take a seat, any seat. You and your music stand.
You can be as close to the mic as you want.
Okay.
All right. Good? All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Still
I
love
think she dressed for.
All right. So I want to invite everyone to sing along.
This is right now. I'm gonna shine. This is right now. I'm gonna let it shine. This is right now. I'm gonna let it shine. It shine. It shine. It shine. When people walk together, I'm gonna let it shine. When people walk together, I'm gonna let it shine. When people walk together, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. This is the love. I'm gonna let it shine. This is the love. I'm gonna let it shine. This is the love. I'm gonna shine. 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 When you sing a song of peace, I'm gonna shine. When you sing a song of peace, I'm gonna let it shine. When you sing a song of peace, I'm gonna let it shine. 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 This little light, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light, I'm gonna let it shine. It's in my mind. I'm gonna let it shine. And it shine. 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 Say now. Let it shine. Let it shine. Shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Was far. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, we as a community are letting our light shine. It's not often people have to tell me to speak up. Usually people are telling me to be quiet. But please join with me in our Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore community prayer. There is only one life. This life is good. This life is my life now.
Life now. In
Knowing that I am one with this life that is God, I therefore know that I am one with all of its blessed expressions, which includes the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore Community. Because I know that the highest purpose of CSL Greater Baltimore is a revelation of God as divine love. As I now accept the highest expression of the Center of Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore into my life, I know that it will be revealed in a way that will glorify God and show the highest and greatest good for all who are touched by its presence. I am grateful that God is gracious. And Ashe, and so it is. That time of service when we talk about giving, when we talk about how we can contribute our talents, times, and treasure to our beloved community. You can always make a donation through Giveify, PayPal. You can send a check, although the address that you're going to send a check to is going to change in the near future, but it's on the website. And the easiest way is to go to the website, cslgreaterbaltimore.org, and hit the Give tab, and then you can do it in whatever way that is more convenient for you. As you give, you will receive. So please join me with our declaration of financial wealth and abundance. I joyfully, consciously, and gratefully participate in the law of circulation. I trust in the spiritual practice that says, as I sow into my beloved community, I demonstrate my awareness, standing not only in the flow, but in the flow itself. As I sow my time, my treasure, my talent, I demonstrate my support and engagement in my community's vision, mission, and purpose. I actively give as a demonstration of manifesting, of reaping the harvest of a world that works for all. And that's the truth. Mhm. If you would like a practitioner on duty, which is either Sue, Marianne, or Dana, I'm not sure who it would, or Frank, please join us on Zoom. But are we going to do Zoom and in person at the same time?
No, there's no one available to do. Oh yeah, I guess we could do it Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll work it out. We'll be there for you. Yeah, I think that would work out just fine. But you can always go to the website and ask for prayer, and a practitioner will respond. Maybe this service has been a little disjointed because we're doing it in person online, but we are very grateful that you are here with us. I'm grateful that you're a part of our community and that you were willing to be a part of this service. And again, Reverend Kathleen, I'm extremely grateful for you. Dana, I'm very appreciative of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Harry, my brother, in crime and in so yeah. Stopping the only thing that exceeds your talent is your beauty. Seriously, seriously. So, thank you everyone for joining us. We're going to have a little celebration here, so please show up, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody and enjoying some good food. Love you. And now, Reverend Kathleen will give us a closing prayer.
Excellent. You know what? How about we get up and hold hands? Do this. Whoever can fit on camera. Know that whoever you are on camera, we're including you in the circle. In this moment, what I know is that all is well. And that all is well and all shall be well and all manner of things shall be well. That this is not an ending, but simply an open door into a whole new way of being in the world. That we stand firmly in the light and we take it with us this week and we remember our mojo and start looking for signs of it. Whatever that gift of the universe is, it starts popping up this week. It starts showing itself this week, and we are able to see it clearly and celebrate it and do a little happy dance every time we see it. And so I bless and celebrate this time together. I bless and celebrate these beautiful souls who are together physically, who are together online, who are together in spirit, no matter what. I call it all good and very good. So it is.
And
Y así es. Y taco no ye.
so it is. So it is.
So it is.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here.
And now to Zoom.
And now to Zoom.
Which you'll find on our website,
Yes.
cslgreaterbaltimore.org.
We'll set it up in the kitchen.
I'm still streaming.
Good morning, CSL Greater Baltimore. Here are our news and announcements for December 17th, 2023. CSL Greater Baltimore is starting to formulate our programming for 2024, so please reach out to Reverend O with your suggestions for classes, workshops, or programs. For more educational opportunities, visit csl.org/spiritual development. Join us Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for The Artist's Way, a 13-week study group where we use Julia Cameron's best-selling novel to help unleash your creativity. Join us in the community Zoom room. Building community one conversation at a time. Join us 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time every second and fourth Wednesday of the month in our community Zoom room. On sale now. New design, same low price. The 2024 Spiritual Journal, A Grand Rising. Order yours today at shop.csl.org. Enjoy stunning images from the grounds of Camp Cedar Ridge all year long while supporting a good cause. Discover the Good 2024 wall calendars are available. To order yours, go to campcedarridgeor.org/calendar. The Centers for Spiritual Living Heart of Peace initiative offers peace meditations for your use at any time. To access, use this QR code on the screen. And join us every Monday at 1 p.m. Mountain, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on CSL's Facebook page, facebook.com/Centers for Spiritual Living. Trip the Light Fantastic. Celebrate New Year's at Camp Cedar Ridge. Reflect, rest, and welcome the new year with frolicking, friendship, and food. For more information, go to campcedarridgeor.org/NY2024. The book study opened for the entire CSL field in January 2024 features The Four Pivots by Dr. Sean Ginwright. Save your Tuesday evenings beginning January 2nd at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And watch for more details to come in your email. CSL is showing up as a force for inclusive love as we gather in Charleston, South Carolina for the 2024 Spiritual Living Convention, February 19th through the 22nd. The theme, Soul to Soul to Soul, lighting the way of love. Get your tickets and start planning your trip. Go to csl.org for more details. Registration is now open for our first annual New Thought Family Camp, happening July 1st through the 5th, 2024. All ages are welcome, and kids are not required, just a youthful spirit. This is right before Teen Camp at Camp Cedar Ridge in Vernonia, Oregon. More questions? Email info@campcedarridgeor.org. And today, we're having our holiday party, hosted by Robin Fahrenholt. To get the location, please RSVP CSL Greater Baltimore at gmail.com. Hope to see you. There are many opportunities to volunteer, connect, and engage with CSL Greater Baltimore. So if you're interested in joining us and helping us build this beautiful community, reach out to any of the board members, and they'll provide you all the information you need to make your connection to CSL Greater Baltimore that much stronger. Thank you.
As this family right now, and all the love we feel for them, whether we know them or not in form, we know them in our Christ consciousness, in our goddess divine self. So I just let the law go to work, absolutely trusting the process. I call it good and very good, and so it is.
So it is. Amen.
You got it.
You got it. Get a tear tissue.